Howdy, everybody. I'm here. I'm alive. It's Cheri. I'm in the studio. I'm back. I'm upright. I'm amongst the living again. How are you all doing? I've missed you all so much. I've missed doing all of the things. Oh my gosh. I'm like bumping everything here. Hold on a second. I'm getting like notifications. Let me do this. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. I was having a little bit of trouble with my internet. We're going to see if my camera above, you can't see it yet, but it keeps dropping out. So we'll have to see. You might just get my face and not the knitting today. We'll have to see. But how are you all doing? I have so much to tell you guys. It's been a crazy couple weeks. It's just been so trying. Let's just put it to you that way. Let me see who's here. We have Lisa Whaley. Good afternoon to you. Claire Noble is here. Hope you're feeling better. I am. I'm still a little tired. Still kind of, because I was in bed for days, guys. No joke. I was in bed for days, like wiped out. Like I couldn't, just getting up and going to the bathroom was work. It was so bad. I have not been that sick like ever, I think. Yeah, it was really bad. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Claire. Do what Claire tells you to do, everybody. Actually, here, let me put my banner up. I think Sandy might not end up being here today. So let me get our group ticker up there. Okay, so let's see. Carla is here. Hello, Carla. How are you? Let's see. Linda. Yes, I'm so happy to be back. You must be feeling better. Hope the whole family is better. Yes, everybody is better. Or on the mend, I will tell you here. And just the two little boys are still, it's lingering. It's a little lingering with me. It'll take just a little bit probably, and then have the lingering cough for a little while and all of that. Hello, Sandy Sanchez. How are you? We are feeling better. I missed you guys too. It's so crazy. Rhonda Seals, how are you? It's funny. I see your guys' names and it's like, although I don't always see a face, like your name I associate with who you are. So it's like, oh, yay, all my friends, I'm back. Judith, hello to you, and Suzanne and Janice and Dixie, thank you for being here. I don't know if Facebook is working. Judith, you're on Facebook, I think. So hopefully that is working. It's showing me no one. So if you're on Facebook, if you could just like wave and let me see if it's working. It may not be working very well. I don't know. It's got a weird, yeah, we'll have to see. I'm just so happy to be live again. Janet and Jamie and Paula, thank you all for being here. Thank you for hopping on. You probably thought I was done for, huh? Jenny, yeah, I'm doing well. And your Jenny, your package went out. I think I told you. I hope you got the planner. I finally sent that to you. I did not want, honestly, I like packaged up your stuff before I got sick. And then I didn't want to touch anything. Like I wanted to make sure I was well before I was shipping stuff out. So, okay. So let me show. So let's see if my camera's going to work down, the down camera here. Let me see. Let me add this to the stage. We'll see. Let me adjust this and then I can get cast on while I'm talking. Maybe I might be able to do that. We'll see how good I am. It's been a hot second. First, let me tell you before I get started, I'll tell you all about like all the stuff that's happened, which has been crazy. We're going to use, you guys. I am so in love with Premier Yarn. So far, I did another order. I don't know if you guys saw the granny square that I made with the chenille yarn. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with it. But I think this is going to be my new fave. I don't know if you can see that. This is a 3-weight. So it's a DK yarn. Hopefully my camera is going to stay on. I'm going to be so mad if it doesn't. It's the Premier Anti-Pilling. They have this in a worsted, which I have that as well, but I got these because I wanted to try the 3-weight too. This is the Everyday DK. It is like a thinner version of Lion Brand Heartland, which is like my all-time favorite go-to. It has the exact same feel, the exact same sheen. We're going to do a hat with that today on the Z machine. I'll just tell you ahead of time in case, since it's early and you don't have to want to watch the whole thing. I'm going to do 130 rows. I'm going to do 50 of this and then the rest in this. And the colors are, this is salmon, I believe. The top one's salmon and then the other one's khaki. So in case you want it. And again, it's Premier Anti-Pilling Everyday DK. I do have an affiliate link to them. However, guys, I think it may not be working. I don't know if any of you ordered on there. I ordered through it, and I don't think it's working. So if you did order anything through Premier, through my affiliate link, just like send me a message, because I'm going to like catch up with them and see if maybe something's up with it. But anyways, thank you for being here. Let me get cast on. We're going to cast on with the salmon, and then I'll tell you. So yes, I was very sick. And last you guys knew, I was, my granddaughter was coming for a visit. The day, I think it was the day before or 2 days before they came, my oldest daughter and her husband and my granddaughter were coming. My daughter called me up and she said, Astrid's not feeling very well. She's got a fever. She's pretty snotty, but she goes to daycare and she's just, always got a cold, it seems like. So she's like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm like, you're still coming. Don't even hesitate. I don't want you to not come. And I'm thinking at the time, well, I'm taking my vitamins. I'm feeling good. I've been walking again. I'm not worried about getting sick. And even if I get sick, I thought it won't be that bad, right? It'll just be a head cold, maybe a little fever. Not that I wanted everybody to get sick, but I wanted to see my granddaughter, so it didn't matter to me. Okay, is it popping out? It is on my end. I don't know if it is on yours, guys. I'm putting my Southpaw Fiber Arts tension guide on. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see. This is the one for the 48 pin. I will tell you. Let me find it here. If you are at all wanting a tension guide, they have Southpaw Fiber Arts has one for the 46 pin Addy and 22, and for the 48 or the 40 pin machines. So that's what I'm using. Southpaw Fiber Arts. That's where you get it if you want it. Okay. So back to the sickness. So anyways, so they came. Let me see who else. I see Wendy pop in. Wendy, yay! Hello, how are you? Steven, you asked me, oh, you know what? Actually, I don't have them clamped down. I have it on a board. I don't know if you can hear that. I've got these big honking C-clamps. You don't need these, but I use C-clamps and I clamp it down to the table. And actually, thank you, Steve, because was it Steve or Steven? Steven, because I didn't have it tightened down. I just had it like on there. So, yeah, Jenny, you probably won't get the package for a while. Oh, sorry, guys. My camera keeps dropping out. I don't know why. But anyways, since it's going to the UK, it might take a couple weeks. Yeah. Yep. But anyways, I have to say hi to Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Lena. Hello, Megan. Pumpkin Bee Creations. Hello, Southpaw Fiber Arts. Let's see. Did you say hey to Sandy? Is Sandy in here? I don't know if Sandy's in here. Is she in here? Did I miss it? Okay. So, Sandy Sanchez. Okay. So anyways, so they came. Actually, let me go back to my face. It'll just be easier. Hold on. It'll just be easier since I'm talking. Okay. So they came on Saturday, right? And, I told you guys I wasn't going to be live on Monday. I didn't know about the following later in the week because my husband and I were supposed to go on a trip. So they came on Saturday. They were only staying until Tuesday. They were going home on Tuesday. So Saturday they came. We had a wonderful time. She definitely was not feeling. She was feeling really not good. Like you could tell. Like poor kid. She was just not doing well. Her fever wasn't too high. Like when they were at home, and then she didn't run a fever. I don't think she had a fever at our house, but she was real snotty. And my camera, I can see it. Eek. But anyway, so we're all there. Everybody's visiting. My other two older kids that don't live with us but live north of us, they came to stay at the house. So it was like fun. It was all family together. It was just a blast. We had so much fun. And by Sunday, one of the kids was like, Rachel, one of our daughters, was like, I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling too good. I think Sunday night, and then Monday morning. And I'm like, oh no, here we go. But I'm like, she probably not feeling it. It'll be fine. We'll get through it. Well, let's just say they started they left Tuesday, and by Tuesday some of the other kids were kind of not feeling so great. And then Mr. Bant had this plan. He had to do it. He had to travel, and I was supposed to go with him. Darren, I was supposed to go with my husband later in the week. He found out for sure what his plans were. And I think Wednesday, like Tuesday, was it Tuesday during the day? I think it was Tuesday during the day. We went out shopping to get a couple things, and my daughter called and said, Edison has like 103 fever. I think you need to come straight home. So that was the beginning of the end. So like all of them started dropping like flies. Darren still had to go on his trip, but he left Wednesday afternoon. By Wednesday evening, all of them were sick except for my oldest son. And we had fevers from like 102 to 104, like everybody. So we're doing like, oh, it was just awful, guys. It was so awful. Fevers got so high. We had vomiting. Wasn't like a vomiting illness, but like 104 fever, you got to get it under control because it's like melting your brain, whatever. So I found, alternating the Motrin, Tylenol, all the putting everything together, getting all the stuff, got, did a couple cool baths. It was just like, oh my gosh, it was awful because he had to leave and I'm at home all by myself and I was still okay. Well, by the time Mr. Bant got home on Thursday evening, I was done. Like I was out. I had a fever. I think it was like 100, like maybe 102, and it was all over. And the lights out for me. And then it's just been since then. We found out it's like influenza A. I've not had a flu shot. My oldest son had gotten one recently, actually, and because he had to, and so he still got it, and Darren got it, but neither one of them got it real as bad as like the rest of us. And then I ended up with a secondary ear infection. One of our other sons ended up with a double like ear infection, and he perforated his eardrum. The poor kid, he was complaining about fluid, and I'm like, yeah, I got the fluid too. It's all the congestion. I'm so sorry. And I never looked at his ear, and he came to me the next day and he said, it's not hurting as much anymore. I'm like, do you have pain in your ear? And he's like, yeah, a little bit last night I did. And he's like, but it's kind of like, I think the fluid's coming out. I looked at his ear and I'm like, no, it's like pus. It's like really bad. It was so nasty. So yeah, we're all on the mend now, but it was bad, guys. It was so bad. It was so bad. I was like crying. I was so sick. I'm like, this is awful. I can't stand it. So yeah, but we're all good now. And I'm here. So yeah, so let me go ahead and get cast on. But the other thing, you guys will just love this. This is probably going to drop in and out. So hopefully you guys can see it. Hopefully. Hello, Barb. Let's see. Wendy says 80 degrees. Oh my gosh. It's warm here too, but not 80 degrees. It's like, what is it? It's like 32 and it feels like it's a heat wave. Catherine's here. Hello, Catherine. So anyways, okay. So Darren comes home. I think it might have been, I don't even know the days, guys, but I like woke up to deal with dogs. So I don't even know what day that was. It might have been Friday, might have been Saturday after we all started getting sick. I'm going to do 50 of this one. And and we had like where it was so cold and then it started to get warm again. Well, I go to walk through our mud room. I don't know, for all of you who, when I did the little tour when we first moved in, we have a really awesome mud room. When you come in the house, it's like, it's like the most wonderful thing. I go in there and it's completely flooded. And it's like, there's a door frame where the old house, like where they had added on, water is like pouring out. No shit. It's like pouring out of the ceiling. I'm like, okay, what do we do now? I go to Mr. Bant, I go wake him up and I'm like, we have a problem. So yeah, we had to deal with that. Somebody had to come and like shovel off the roof and they're going to come back. It hasn't leaked since, but it's been a mess. But then that's one of those times where I'm like, I'm so thankful I'm renting. Someone else gets to pay for this deal. So then like this last, like, I don't know, like last week, one of my daughters was like, can I do some laundry? I'd been doing so much laundry because of everybody being sick. I just wanted to keep things clean. And when I could get up, I was doing laundry. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And typically, to be quite frank, I usually do all the laundry. So I was like, yay, I'm glad she's taking the initiative. Well, our washing machine is now broken. She didn't break it. It just happened to break, I think, when she was using it, the poor kid, so now we have no washer, and the guy who owns the house, He called around, and the soonest we could get anybody was like later this week. So we've had to go to the laundromat a couple times. It's been one thing after another. It's been crazy. But I'm back up. I'm just really kind of like, I didn't realize how much of a toll just laying around for several days, it just takes a toll on your body. And the older that I am now, it just takes, the recovery is like insane. And to tell you, okay, guys, I am like an addicted coffee drinker. I do not get my morning started without coffee. I can't drink it. I could have myself a latte from the fancy schmancy place. That's okay. I try to drink coffee right now, and I'm just like, bleh. That's like the most disgusting thing ever. I don't understand what happened. I'm like, I used to love my coffee, and now I can't stand my coffee. So I guess it's been good because all I've had is water then, but I want my coffee again, but it tastes like garbage. I don't know what it is from being sick. So anyway, lots of water. Oh, t-shirt weather. She's rubbing it in, guys. Hello, Beanie Babe. How are you? Oh, no. Yes, COVID. That's what I thought it was at first, guys. I thought for sure it was COVID, but it's not. It's the flu. That stinks. I'm so sorry. I'm sure he's feeling. Oh, yeah, you're just waiting for the route. I'll be praying that if you do get it, Debbie, that it's not that bad. I just pray that it's not that bad. Hello, Laura in Pennsylvania. Marilyn King is here. In the 90s. Where are you at? You're in Australia. Oh my gosh, the 90s. I am ready for spring though, guys. I am so ready. I'm so ready. So ready. Tanya. No, you are not late to the show. Yeah, I can't. Judith, I'm serious. I don't understand it. I don't understand why I can't drink it. It just makes me nauseous. I don't know. It's very strange. Very, very strange. Yes, we did Pedialyte. Absolutely. Yes, to hydrate. Heather. Hello, Heather. How are you? Camping and have my machines to actually do something this week. Oh, awesome. Lots more to come as I'm retiring the end of the month. Oh, congratulations. You'll be crafting up a storm, Heather. Yay, that's exciting. Well, congratulations. You've been a working woman forever. You know what? You deserve a wonderful retirement. I hope you have lots of years to just relax. Yeah, it was typical. Man flu. That's hilarious. That's funny. Barb, 9 inches of snow. We still have lots of it on the ground, but I love this color, guys. I don't know if you guys like salmon, but I like it. We still have lots on the ground, but because we got hit so hard. That was the other thing. When my daughter was here, we got like kind of a really bad snowstorm. It was bad. So I felt bad for them going home. And then I hated it because Mr. Riet had to drive. He had to drive for his little thing, and it was a little ways away, and it was like whiteout conditions. I didn't want him going. Yeah, but we did okay. I manned the fort. I kept them all alive. It was it was touch and go for a little bit though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, but 104 fever. And it was like multiple of the kids. I'm like, what in the world? But you know what it is too? I think, to be quite frank, I have this theory. I might be wrong. Maybe Wendy can chime in because she's Nurse Wendy. Call her Dr. Wendy. If you're dehydrated and you get a fever, I feel like you get a higher fever. I maybe that's not true, but I think a couple of my kids going into this were pretty dehydrated already, like not drinking enough fluids. I could be wrong. I may be wrong. It's just a theory. I don't know. I've never asked Dr. Google or any other doctor, but my gut says, yeah, but it's just insane because there were no other symptoms besides. And when it first started, oh my gosh, guys, I thought it was COVID because I'll tell you why. Fever immediately, and then it felt like my chest was restricted. Like I could not get a breath. And that was like reminiscent of COVID to me. And I'm like, this is not good. Feel like I'm a bit claustrophobic the way it is. So that was hard for me to deal with. I asked the kids if they all felt the same way, and they're like, yeah, but I just don't think about it. I just try not to take a deep breath. Are you kidding me? I was such a baby about it when I got sick. But thank the Lord I was well enough to take care of them when they were at their worst. Because if I would have been out of commission that night that Darren was gone, it would have been bad. But yeah, so I'm on antibiotics for the ear infection, which I tried to put off taking because I know a lot of times it still ends up being viral, but it was bad. So, and I'm glad I chose to take them because then afterwards I started, it started clearing up because it was lots of pain, lots of nasty. But yeah, not good. And then I think it was like last Thursday because I was going to do a live last Thursday. And then I ended up waking up with vertigo. And I'm sure that it had to do with the fluid in my ears and the ear infection. But it was bad. That was bad too. Like I was in bed all day. So I couldn't come on live because I couldn't even like get out of bed. Oh yeah. But however, I'm back to crocheting. So I've been working on a few things and I'm excited about that. And I feel like a person again because I couldn't even do any of the things. Let's see. Kim loves Blue Star. Yeah, everyone's on the mend. Yep. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Dehydration can cause. Yeah. See, and I think Wendy, I think that's why they ended up spiking so high. Right now, US having a mysterious virus. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I wonder what it is. Lisa Whaley, is someone to do a video on how to shim the handle of Z Machine Centro. I see add a video, but handle is different. Took my machine apart, try and shim it, but it doesn't. I don't know why. Lisa, why are you shimming it? Is it because it's loose? I will tell you guys, right before I came on, I know it's blinking out. I apologize. Hopefully it's still staying on for you guys. Right before I came on, I got a message from Makers Mercantile. They're the ones who sells parts for the Addies in the United States. They finally have the gold rings back in. So for anybody who needed a gold ring, the gearing ring for their Addie for the large one, they are in, or at least they notified me. I went ahead and ordered it right before I came on. I don't know that I would shim them. That I wouldn't do that. I would replace parts if it needs it, but I don't know that I would shim it. I know that there's a lot of talk. Just like, okay, we're gonna have a little chatty chat. I wish everybody would stop taking their machines apart. I get all the time. Like if the machine doesn't, like you're having an issue with it, everybody takes it apart. Because on all of the groups, I see this all the time. They're like, you need to clean it, take it apart, you need to clean it. I will tell you probably 90% of the time, that is not the case. There might be a situation where you've used your machine for a year and you've never cleaned it and it may be kind of nasty and it can get built up in there. And it, it's good to like clean it out, right? I was a proponent of not ever doing that, but then I've used my machine so much. There is a time in which you do that. Most people are not. I mean, some people like Wendy and some of the others they're booting, they're like cranking to the gods, or the God, and their machines are getting full. They will get full of like stuff. My original Addie, the one where I need to replace the gear, was nasty on the inside. However, I see where people buy a machine. They have problems with it. They ask questions, and then people are like, take it apart and clean it. It's a new machine. But nobody asks, what yarn are you using? What kind of tension are you using on your machine? Odds are, guys, if you're having trouble with your yarn right now, and it's not something you've used before on your machine and know that it works, odds are it's the yarn. It's the yarn. It's the yarn. Now, it's winter time. So we have this other issue where you might have had a yarn that always works on your machine. Now you're like 60 rows in and the damn thing starts tucking and dropping and doing all kinds of stuff. It's static. It's probably because the air's dry. So it isn't that your machine is, if you get so many rows in and it did okay, your machine isn't all of a sudden dirty and needs to be taken apart. What happens is, I know with these machines, because I've done it, I have on my one Addy, I stripped one of the screws. It happens when they're plastic. With the cheaper Centras, you start taking those puppies apart 1 or 2 times, guess what? You're done. Because they're just cheap plastic. So they're not always going to go back together well. If you can avoid taking your machine apart, do that. Avoid it. But just if you're starting out and you're having trouble, make sure your yarn is a good yarn to be using for your machine. And what you can do is ask people like myself or someone else, like, does this yarn work for you? Now, sometimes some machines, I will say most of the yarns, like this yarn right here, I will tell you, should work on anybody's machine. It should work. I'm seeing how this is going. This is a DK 3-weight anti-pilling yarn from Premier. I can tell you already, you should be able to put this through any one of your machines, except for maybe the Centra 22. And it should go through that too, but those things are a little picky. But yarn, this stuff right here, is usually the culprit as to why machines don't work. So anyways, I had to share that because I get a lot of times I'm getting lots and lots of people getting machines again. Like we must have a wave of them right now. And I'm getting lots of questions and people taking their machines apart. And I just really think that if you can avoid that, but like Lisa was saying, the shimming, I've seen, and I think there's maybe another CranKnitter who does lots of videos who's shimmed their machine. So everybody's shimming their machine. I'm not exactly sure why you're shimming it. If it's because the gears have worn down, then I would replace whatever it is that you need to, like where it's worn. That's what I would do. And it should be, your handle should be, hold on, let me see if you can see this. My handle, I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of loose. Instinctually, you'll want it to be tight, but the way that they're made, they're kind of loose in there. And if there's not enough give, if something should get in a bind, it will break. I do know that as well. So there's that. Okay, Lisa said she made simple plastic shims to stop the handle from wobbling. It fixed the problem. But was her knitting machine not working? Is that why she wanted to shim the handle? Or was it that she didn't like the wobble? Because all of my machines have a wobbly handle. I don't know. Yes. Shauna says, yes. If the yarn doesn't have stretch, the yarn will fight you. 100% of the time. 99.9% of the time. The other thing is, I see where people, this is another thing that I've seen in other groups. A lot of times I won't comment, guys. I just kind of watch. I just see what people are doing and or what they're saying. You'll get, I really wish this would stop dropping out. Let me just go back to my face. You will get to where you're cranking, and then all of a sudden it gets harder. And let's say you're not using like Shauna's tension guide and your hand tensioning. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, why is this getting so hard to crank? It was working fine. And then it's getting harder. Your tension got tighter. I can guarantee it. And if your tension gets tighter as you're going, if you're hand tensioning and you get your machine in any row in a bind, as you keep going, it's going to keep getting a little tighter and a little tighter. And then your machine's going to be like, what the fuck you doing? Crank, pop, 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 popcorn here. And you don't want that. And it might be yarn that works just fine. There is a situation where it's tension and you can actually crank quite a few rows. And then if you start to put a little bit too extra added tension on a row, it can't move itself on those needles and it can get in a bind. So there's that. That's why I'm a proponent of Shauna's tension guides, the Southpaw Fiber Arts tension guides, because you can set that baby and you're not going to it's going to be good. It's going to be good. You don't have to worry about it. So there's that. That's another thing I've seen too. So let's see. I want to make sure I don't go over my 50. Hold on. But yes, you have to have yarn that has stretch in it, because otherwise it's a problem. Debbie says, I've had mine for 2 years and I've never had to clean it, and I use it a lot. I've only had to change a broken pin. Yes, awesome. See, that's it. Because when it's almost like Mr. B and I had this discussion. He wanted to like clean off all my needles when we were like cleaning it. And I'm like, but then you're wiping off any lubricant that's like in the base of it that it came with. You're wiping it off. So it's almost like, what can I use an analogy here? Like it's like cracking your knuckles. Once you start cracking your knuckles, you always crack your knuckles. It's kind of like once you start taking your machine apart and cleaning it, and then you use some other kind of off-brand, like whatever wasn't manufactured lubricant, then you're going to be in this like vicious cycle of having to clean it and because you're not like all the good parts. I want to say all the good juice that it came with. You've wiped it away. Now, if we knew like exactly what lubricant like Addie uses, I will say I do believe that some of the cheaper machines like Centros and things, if they've sat in somebody's warehouse for a long time, because I've had some like this one came and I can remember there was like lubricant coming out of it and it worked so well. And I had other ones that I got that weren't that way. So I think that if it's a newer manufactured machine, I think that it's way better than one that's probably been sitting on somebody's shelf. But we never know that when we order on Amazon. Okay, we're almost to 50. I'm going to switch it out. Excuse me. All right, there we go. And then let's drop in my tail and we shall get the new one. And this is the khaki color. I will tell you too, I was very impressed. If you're using the Kato yarn winder and the littler one, I use the littler one, not the bigger one. I kind of like the littler one better. I wound my cakes before I started. And I was worried because this yarn's a little slippery that the cake was going to do that stupid thing where it like kicks it off or it slips. It does really well winding this yarn. And I was able to go even faster with it too. So that was kind of nice. A nice surprise because I thought it was going to give me problems. But it did not. Okay, so now we're adding in our next color, the khaki color. And now I'll just go to 130. And I think that should give me, I think it'll look okay. We'll see. I think this is what I used to do, if I'm remembering correctly. I have to share the Minikins. If you saw the chenille like color changing Premier yarn that has the it's kind of like the Red Heart Granny Square yarn, but it's chenille by Premier. I gave up on the color changing part of it, but those it made a really cute Granny Square. But I tried to figure out my gauge to be able to get to the color changes, and I could not figure it out. And I thought, this is silly. I'll just tuck my tails. By the time it takes me to figure out my tension, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like where all the colors are in one cake, so you don't have to tuck your tails for a granny square when you're crocheting. And I just thought, you know what, this is silly. I just went ahead and cut it at the color changes. I'm going to make like a throw with them, I think. Let's see. Hello, Linda Field. How are you? I think they do. Kim, I've seen where they have sales on like the chenille stuff. Like right now, I think there's a sale on it. They let me know ahead of time like what sales. Some things do, but I don't know that they do like a big, huge sale, if that makes sense. Oh, I've not tried Lion Brand Bundle of Love. I've not tried Bundle of Love. I don't think I have. Swallowing back and forth and not stink. Oh, I gotcha. So it's not, okay, got you. It's too loose and not like going up to the gears. Got it. Lisa, I couldn't understand why you'd shim it. I will tell you with Grumpy Head, I added this onto this old one. They had a shim in theirs too. It still kind of pops sometimes, but it works. So I get ya. I get what you're saying. It wasn't engaging again. Because your handle's not hooking up to the gears. I got you. And I think it's that little thing that goes over your handle gets wore out is what it is, I believe. So I don't know if that's where the shim is going in. Megan said they're never taking my machine apart. Just use what's best for your machine. Don't fight with yarn. Yes. And if you can get canned air is your friend for sure. Leah's here. So Yarn Crafty. Share about Joann's that I found out. Oh, what did you find out? What did you find out? Okay, I gotta go down. Share away, share away. Okay, I'm gonna read this. After I said that they might be my last visit to Share, the cashier told me that yes, they have 2 liquidators that have put in bids, but the potentially have 3 buyers, with one being Michael's. She said that Joann name would stay, but be rebranded more as only a yarn and fabric. That would be, yes, that would be awesome. Oh, that would, yeah. I hope they don't get rid of the Big Twist brand of yarn, though. See, that's what they should have done to begin with. They shouldn't have gotten into all the home decor, and they should have stayed in their lane with like all of the fabric and stuff. Huh, interesting. The aisles were full of yarn, and yarn is currently 20. Oh no, that's not good to know. Oh, I hope that that's true. I hope that that works out. I hope so. I hope so. I'll be praying for sure. I don't know why it keeps dropping out, guys. I think it might be an issue with StreamYard. Oh, Sarah, that's interesting because you do have Michael's in Canada, don't you? I love it. She says I'm on a yarn diet with this year with a small cheat day coming up this month. That is hilarious. Leah said she spent $135 on yarn. That's totally fine. I don't see a problem with that. And then you went to Hobby Lobby and bought more. Yeah, because I'll tell you, like the closest Michael's I have is over an hour away. It's like an hour and 10 or 15 minutes. But they don't really have a lot of yarn. Really. They just really don't have a lot. Our Joann's has so much more yarn. And we'll have to see. I hope you are so right. Really wish my camera would stop dropping out, guys. I'm so sorry. Because I will say, although I am absolutely in love with Premier Yarn, like everything that I've ordered from them so far, but there are so many times, and maybe this would be a good thing if Joann's did go out of business for me. And I don't know about you all, but there's so many times where I'm like, oh, I want to do this project. Or there's been times I've been a tester for somebody and they're like, can you have this done like by Friday? And then I have to go buy yarn to be able to do it. And I wouldn't be able to order yarn. And Joann's is where I always go. I mean, it's where I always go. So there's so many times where you need last minute yarn and you can't just order it online and have it the next day. Although I get it pretty quick from them, it's still not quick enough, if you know what I mean. Yes, Brenda, I'm really impressed with them so far. Paula says I've been panic buying. Well, I'll tell you, I've been debating what to do. Like, I have a pretty good inventory of Big Twist Value, but there's a lot of colors that I would like to add in. But if I knew they were closing, I would try to stock up. But part of me is like hesitant because I'm like, well, it depends on what the projects are. Like if I want to do, because I have a couple of things things for patterns that I want to share with all of you. And if it's a yarn that you can't get later or a color, I would like to be able to use something that I know everybody can get. So I've been kind of hesitant. Do I stock up? But there's so many times, guys, like in videos that I've done, and people like, and if the last 2 weeks, these were the first 2 weeks where I did not shoot a video in almost 2 years. Is that right? For a Friday habit, like I brought back old videos and then just edited them. But then people are asking about the yarn, and like the glowing yarn from Hobby Lobby, which was always my favorite. It was so my favorite. You know, they discontinue that stuff. So that can happen anytime, I know. All right. So we'll go to 130. I'm almost at 90. Where am I at here? Yeah. I think this is going to make a nice hat. I really like this yarn, guys. It so looks like Heartland yarn to me. It looks like it. It's just thinner. So like their worsted version of this, I think it might be the, I mean, I have to look. I don't know if I have one with a label. I know all of their stuff is made in Turkey. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I think this is too. Let me see if it's made in Turkey. Nope, it's made in Egypt. Oh, my nose is going to run. I think I showed this before. Oh, my nose is going to run. Hold on, guys. Hold on. So this is Lion Brain Heartland. This is the one, if you are new to CranKnitting, this is the one I tell everybody to use. And it is made in Egypt, not in Turkey. But see, this is their worsted anti-pilling, the thicker version of what I'm using. And this, I don't know if you can see this. The colors obviously aren't the same, but this is Heartland right here, Lion Brain Heartland. And it is so close. This is a little bit tighter of a little bit tighter twist, I think. Maybe just a little bit, but I don't know. Because if I look at those two together, those look so close. It's just a little fluffier. Heartland is, I think, just a little bit. I don't know. I really like it though. It has that same sheen as Heartland. Scooching backwards. Let's see here. Oh, Wendy, was it not letting you on YouTube? Let's see here. Hold on. So what did Leah say? Makes me sick to think that we might. Yeah, Paula, I hear that for sure. Kim loves Blue Star says, wow, my husband won't let me near a yarn store. That's funny. Leah says, Michael's is not so good. It's 100 miles round trip for me to go to one. Yeah, see, that's me too. And there's not a lot of yarn. Yes, Sarah. Amen. Like, it was like the longest January for me on like of all Januaries. It was the longest January of all Januaries. My camera. Paula says, I restarted crocheting after many years, and so all the I can't. Yeah, I hear you. I'm a bit late. How are you? Yeah, everybody's doing better, Leah. I'm finally doing well. I'm still really kind of fatigued. Like I get tired really easy, but aside from that, still a little bit of congestion, little fluid in my ear. I ended up with a secondary ear infection, so yeah. And I can't drink coffee. Coffee's like doesn't taste good. It makes me nauseous. I've actually thought about maybe tea. Maybe I should try some tea. In the mid-80s, I thought you showed a picture with snow the other day. I called in sick. That's so funny. That's so funny. Didn't you just have snow the other day? I thought you did. Wendy, it's kind of like, is this the one you're talking about? It has like a variance, like color to it. I wouldn't call it a tweed. I don't know if that's the one that would have to be the one. Because this one's just stark. No, not that one, this one. Gray. But it has like a little bit of a multi-tone to it. Oh, Richie and Christina says that's, I only use that on my machine. I love it. Yes. It's wonderful. Oh, I'm so sorry, Carla. I can't read what that says. Paula says we only have Joann's in my town, so I'll be on the bind for sure. I like Premiere, but it takes a bit to get here. Mine's less than a week, but yeah, it's still too long. I had a technician working on my cable. Oh, for your quilt? Been crocheting, trying to make the Harry Potter Burroughs blanket. Respun. I like respun. I like that. Richie says, my partner says I need to use up the yarn I have before I buy more, but I want to have an assortment of yarn. Well, yes, you don't want to. And then if you think about like projects in the future, you don't want to be out. Yes, the respun, if it's the same stuff, Barb, that I don't know where. Let's see, where did it go? It is recycled material. I did a blanket. Well, actually, I have to finish it still. Out of respun. I really like it. Yeah, you had 7 inches. Okay, all right, that's insane. I thought I saw a picture on your thing where you had snow. Sarah says my January. I had my oh, I'm so sorry. He was 89. Our credit card got. Oh no. Waiting on a replacement, and Thursday hubby was in a car. I'm so sorry, Sarah. Sounds like your January was worse than mine. It's been a bad January. I'm so sorry, Sarah. That stinks. That stinks. Cindy says they're in the high 70s in Arizona. Oh, I love sunshine and warm right now. Would feel so good. Pumpkin Bee says, so I've been making smoothie yesterday, and the smoothie blender I got for Christmas started making almost. Oh no! Oh no! Megan, I'm so sorry. That's awful. That's awful. I found a local shop that has the quilting machine. That will happen as soon as I finish the border. Yes, Lisa, Ferris wheel works great. It's what I use in my workshops. And actually, I have one tomorrow. I think there's still maybe 2 seats left in it too. I'm probably going to switch to Color Fusion by Premiere for the workshops, but yes, I really like. You just have to be careful because it's a roving style. Like here's some of it, and you can see this is kind of a mess, but it's kind of a roving style, and it's a little thinner. It says it's a 4 weight, but there's no way it's a 4. It's a 3 full on. And it knits up really pretty. You know what? And it's the respun. It's it's surprisingly soft too. It really is. I kind of like the idea that it's made out of recycled material. Now it's frozen. There, it came back. Oh my goodness. I don't know why. So I've heard horror stories on the shipping for Kato. I was thinking of getting one that will hold big skeins, like chunky yarn. But not sure to get, and then wait a month for it. Yeah, it takes a long time. It's coming from, I'm not gonna lie, it comes from China. So they say 12 business days. So that's not counting your weekends or anything. And I know right around Christmas, I think some people were having issues, but everything I've gotten from them, I've gotten within the 12 days. But I will say, the people I work with from them, they seem wonderful. I'm not going to lie. They're real receptive, real responsive. Really impressed with their products. But Leah, I wouldn't get the big one. I would get the small one. It can do 7 ounce. It can't do 10 ounce. Well, like I do. I do full skeins of Big Twist Value, which is, I think it's a 7 ounce skein though. I think. I don't know if I have one here to look at it. But I like the way the smaller one works better than the bigger one. So if you're going to get one, get the smaller one. I say it's worth the wait though. I do. I wouldn't lie to you. I really like the small one. I also really like the I-cord knitter. I think it works great. I don't know. I do know that some people have complained about like shipping from them, but I've not had any trouble. I really would love it if they would have if they would do bigger. The motor that's in that I-cord knitter works so well. And it does surprisingly well. Like the different weights of yarn, I'm shocked with what'll go through it. So I think they need a bigger machine. They need to make a bigger machine too. But what I will say is if you are, and I don't know, I'm going to be doing another video for them. I've been working on it. And for Valentine's Day. And right now they did my code. It's at 30% off. So if you use HOME, HOME, you'll get 30% off. But I believe if you use FS2 along with it, you can get free shipping. So if you're interested at all, try it out, put it in your cart, see if it works. But HOME should get you 30% off until Valentine's Day. I think my code works at 30. But I think if you use FS, you can get free shipping as well on top of the 30%. And I think that's anything on their site. I also ordered one of the, and I thought I brought it because I was going to use it when I was winding. Like the little, like where you can put the ball of yarn on it, like one of these, like the little thing and it spins. And that works great for winding. I have it at home. I really like that. I got one of those. I ended up getting a hand embroidery kit from them too, and it wasn't too bad. The thread it's not as good as DMC thread, but I don't know. I've been kind of playing around with that. I got about 10 more to go. Yeah, you know what, Barb? I agree with that. You know what? It makes me sad how so much stuff I've actually thought about. So many times I've thought about, I watch and follow Swanson's Fabrics out east, I believe. I think that's what it is. They do like all recycled crafts. So they mainly focus on fabrics, but they also get yarn sometimes. But people donate and then they sell. And it's a way to recycle the craft supplies. I've thought about that so much, like starting one of those in my area. Because there's so much stuff, like even for myself, like I buy stuff and then I don't use it, but it's still quality stuff. And I don't want it like going in the trash, somebody else could use it for a project. But I think about that for fabric. Because I know for people who are really into fabrics, they hoard it just like we do yarn. And then it'd be horrible for it to go in a landfill. If somebody can use it, usually stuff like that, if it doesn't dry rot, if it's been kept just like yarn, if it's been kept in a good, temperature controlled area or whatever, not in somebody's attic. Because I hate, just like with clothing, guys, we have so much stuff that goes in the landfill, so much stuff. I would much rather buy used than buy new if I know I can, go find something good. Oh, yay, Kim's on here. Hello, Kim Merton. How are you, my friend? Thank you for popping in here. Which one? You know what? I don't know. I don't think it matters, Leah. I think the one I have is this one. It's the pink one. It's the one that they sent me. But it's this one. Not the bigger one. This one is the 0002A. The other one is like 0001A, I think. It's the smaller one. I really like that one better. I like it better. Not gonna lie. I like it way better than the bigger one that they sent me. Lisa says it seems like the Karen Simply Soft could be 3-weight too. I agree with that. It's just a little bit thicker, but I agree. Yes. It's much thinner than the 4-weight yarns I have so far. It's what I've been using. Yes, that does really well. Karen Simply Soft is a fantastic yarn. Yeah, Lisa, I agree. Red Heart, yeah. It depends on the Red Heart. The Red Heart Super Savers the stiff stuff. Oh, MB, I'm making a hat. I'm close to casting off here. Judith says, I got 50 balls of yarn that worked cheap as they were missing ball bands. Oh, that's awesome. Like in a thrift store? Is that where you got it, Judith? Leah says she loves Karen Simply Soft. It's the go-to. It's thinner than Red Heart. Yes. But Hobby Lobby's Soft Secret is even thinner than, yes, and it doesn't have as much body. When you say, Leah, the I really like the Hobby Lobby, the Soft Secret, but it's definitely more delicate even than the Karen Simply Soft. So if you make a hat or something out of it, you have to be careful with snagging because it can snag easier. I think the Karen Simply Soft definitely holds up a bit better than the Yarn Bee Soft Secret. Yeah, Sarah, the Red Heart Soft does work well. I think even Wendy's used that a lot. Yeah, Linda, yes. I agree with you on the DMC is like the best thread there is. I agree. All right, we got about 5 more rows and then I'll cast off and we'll see how it turned out. Say garden center. We have, oh, you do? That's awesome. That's awesome. Molly, hello, Molly. You know what, Molly? I just realized I don't think I got my package yet. I don't think I did. In my fever state. I haven't checked on it. I don't think I got it. I'll have to check. I don't think Mr. Bant got it while I was ill. He may have. I'll have to ask. Okay, so take that off and we'll get cast off here. Maybe. How are you doing down there, Miss Molly? I really wish my camera would stop dropping out. It's driving me crazy. It's probably driving you guys crazy more. I really like this yarn, guys. I really like it a lot. We'll see what it looks like. I'm done here. Wow. I have tinnitus really bad in my ear that was infected. Oh, and it's driving me crazy, like the ringing. So obviously you guys aren't talking to me. I'm talking to myself, but it's like this constant ringing in my ear. You guys got any like tips on getting rid of that? It's driving me nuts. Driving me crazy. This is the no-no. I will say this. If you are new, do not cast off like this because it's really easy to drop a stitch. Sorry, I can see it like in my peripheral vision that it's dropping out. I don't know. Did you all see the same is it Aunt Artco, the one who I did the monster, her pattern? She's coming out with a whole bunch of cute patterns, guys. Cute patterns. I saw in one of the other groups. I gotta get her in my group. I don't think she's in here, so she can share them in our. And if you're not in the Facebook group, you need to join. You need to get in the group. Get in the group. Okay, so let me get the machine out of the way. Let's see. Let's see. I just checked it. It's out in UPS Lala. Oh no. I'm going to remake it. Oh, thank you. I feel bad though. Was there no place where it was? Like, did it get lost maybe? Oh, let's see. Then there are all the scraps from making couture fashion in New York Fashion District. Okay, getting. Oh, that's all right, Barb. You can be on your soapbox. I don't mind. No, I agree. There's so much stuff that goes to waste. We are so wasteful. We just are. It's really quite sad. It's really quite sad. Has the East Coast been having mail delays? Noticed a lot of packages spending time in Kentucky and Illinois. I wonder if something's up. Oh, guys, I really like this yarn. I really like this. A lot. Okay, let me get my tie done here. And if you're new here, I don't ever knot my color changes on the machine. I do it after I get them off. Make sure it looks okay. I take out the slack and then I get it all situated before I tie it. I know if you're doing like patterning, you almost have to, but that's a little different. I don't know. I've not done that yet. I don't know if I will. It makes me nervous because you have to count and keep track and all that stuff. Math and I don't get along. Okay. So now we are going to do this. This. Maybe. A little fuzzy. Got fuzz on there. I don't know. Maybe I should have made it just a little bit bigger. No, I think it's all right. Maybe I could have done like 135. We'll see. It's gonna be more of like a beanie than a slouchy hat, but it's gonna be cute. It'll be cute. Okay. Yeah, I really like this yarn. I think you guys need to check it out. They have so many colors of it too. It'd be nice if they had, I don't know if do they have like patterns in the anti-pilling? They may. I try to stay off unless I'm looking for something because I'll end up buying a bunch of stuff. You know how that goes. It cinches really well. It feels very hardy. Let me cut some of the tail off here. Now you could do this brimless and then have your faux like colored brim right here. Oh, my ear, guys. It's ringy ding dinging. Let's see here. He says, I've had that nearly 30 years. Same days are worse than others. I went to the ENT and they said hearing is fine, so live with. Oh, really? Oh, I hope it goes away because it's driving me batty. It's just like constant ringing. Like like if you listen to something loud. Yeah, that's annoying. So I've noticed that, but I'm not sure. Molly says it says in transit, next facility arriving late. Must be lost. Must be lost. Silly USPS. They're usually pretty good. My experiences, they're usually pretty good, but I think lately they've been a little not good, right? Have you been having that? See mail sergeants helping us get packages moving again. Okay, so do you like let them know? Will they start looking for it? It's really funny. I'll tell you kind of a funny story with the post office. We got through all this illness stuff. We had you know how you get like a certified letter? Like if they come and knock on your door and then you're not home, they leave you a thing that says you have a certified letter. You got to come pick it up by a certain date. So I thought, I wonder what we're getting that's certified. I didn't know. So, and it was weird. It wasn't like at our local post office. It was at a post office that's not even close, like the closest to us. So I take it to, I was right here and there's a post office right next to me. This like used to be the post office that our stuff was mailed out of when we lived over in a different place in Shelby. And they said, yeah, that shouldn't be like in Whitehall or whatever, just go to your post office. And so I did. And they're like, oh, yeah, this is weird. I don't know why it would be at this other post office. And this is the postman for our new, like the post office for where we live now. So he's like, yeah, it's strange. Certified letter. It never has like our name on it or anything. So I drive all the way like 25 minutes to the other post office. And I get there and I hand the lady the paper. She just says, oh, why did he give this to you? And I said, what? And she goes, this is for the people that used to live in that house, not you. So here I was like going to all these post office. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so here, actually here. Well, I'll hold it. This is what it looks like this, but this is what I intended it to look like. And I think it's cute. What do you guys think? It's kind of small. It's on the smallish side. Should I try it on? We'll try it on for fit. This is 130 if you want a brim. If you want to, oh, it's nice. It's a little small though. So I almost think I would do like 140 total, but you could wear it. I look like a sailor. You could wear it brimless like this. And that is nice, actually. I like that a lot. Oop, my hair. I don't know if you can see it. I like that a lot. So I think I would add another at least 10 rows probably than what I just did. I like it. I like that 3-weight yarn. And my hair is going to be all staticky. I like it, guys. Oh no. I think it's a winner chicken dinner. I like the colors. Now see, this is what I'll tell you. If you're someone who this might bother you, okay. So what I did was I did 50 rows of the salmon color, and then I did all the rest in the khaki. Now, when you put it on, can you see you're seeing the khaki through the salmon? If you don't like that, then you have to like get your brim color. So you would do salmon, khaki, but double, and then you go back to salmon again. And then you wouldn't have that. But see, I don't mind it. I like it. So I think it's lovely. I think it'll make a nice hat for somebody, even though it was on my head. Sorry. I'm not too gross. I don't think I'm contagious anymore, so it's all good. Leah says USPS around here is horrible. If you use it, I pay for insurance. Yeah, I usually ship with insurance. Yeah. Oh, my lips are so dry. They're so chapped, guys. Last couple orders you sent USPS, they just seem to vanish. I'm so sorry, Molly. That's awful too, because the thing is, you have no control over that. So, oh no, Megan, I'm so sorry. Yeah, they're a little crazy. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. I will be back again on Thursday. Have every plan, intention. I will be here. Same place, same channel, 3 o'clock. Hopefully my other camera will actually work for a while and not drop out like it's still doing. I can see it. You can't see that, but I can see it. But thank you all for being here. And thank you. I know that being out of commission for a couple weeks kind of like throws everybody's like cycle off. And I appreciate those of you who like came to hang out with me today. And remember, stay cranky, guys. I'll see you Thursday. You have a good one. Go make something. Go crochet or crank or knit or craft or do something fun. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Love you guys. Bye.